Dynamite Delight. What happened? I had another title, and I'll probably tell it to you later. I had another title for this video. I have to say what happened. Look, I did Bound for Glory on Friday, so I never saw Rampage or SmackDown. Then I did Extreme Rules on Saturday, so I didn't see the Battle of the Belts. And since I've been busy working with animation, I didn't think about it. I did Raw, but I didn't do NXT because I felt NXT was okay, but I wasn't really interested in it. You know, when you're not really feeling it, you don't want to review it. Some people power through it, didn't do it this time, so I left NXT. So I've been out of the loop for AEW. I don't know what happened in Rampage. I don't know what happened in Battle of the Belts. I don't know what happened in Elevation and Dark. So I go into this Dynamite blind, and I'm going like, what the fuck? What? First, Renee, the Jon Moxley wife, has now decided to bite the bullet and started working as as an interviewer, at least for the moment, for AEW. Fine. I would have liked her to be a manager, but we're going to have to leave Renee as Renee. Renee is better as a reviewer, a commentator, maybe a little bit, and a interviewer. That's just what she does very well. That's her stick. If she doesn't want to go outside the role, fine. But I would have liked to see her try to do something with a man. But knowing how Moxley is, it probably wouldn't have worked. But it would have been interesting if they had entertained it. Maybe they had. You never know. She interviewed a little bit of Christian Cage. And since it is in Toronto, I believe it's Toronto, Canada, in the Coca-Cola Stadium, I believe, or Coca-Cola Arena, my mistake. I believe it's a Coca-Cola Arena. It wasn't bad. He was still hated, but then he was loved at the same time. Our match, Luchasaurus versus... I was worried people would have seen Jungle Boy win. And if this was Impact Wrestling or WWE, they would have booked a Jungle Boy to win. I was terrified. Since AEW has not been right for quite a while, they may do a little bit of WWE and book J-Boy to win. I'm calling him J-Boy. Easier. I write it down my notes, J-Boy. It's easier, but you get my point. This was not about the match. This was about Luchasaurus and if they were going to keep him winning. And they did. Yes, you said Christian had to help him win. There's no lie about it. He did. But they let him win. Now, I wish that he could have just beat his ass and that would have been it. But they didn't want to hurt Jungle Boy. They just didn't. That's just how it is. But it wasn't 100% bad. But if Luchasaurus keeps... I'm getting angry now. If Luchasaurus has to win because of Christian saving him, then this doesn't work at all. He's got to destroy a Jungle Boy on his own and do something else afterward. Because if they don't, it's going to look bad. That's if they're not going to make this an arc for Jungle Boy, which they are. This is about Jungle Boy getting revenge on Luchasaurus and a Christian Cage. We know this. It's doing it. This is what you get. I'd rather they do something with Luchasaurus more than a Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy's already had his moment. I want to see Luchasaurus, but you know what I feel. Now, tag team match. Guys, you tell me. War Joe, that's what they're calling him. Is this important to see I believe I got a shot and put it in my face. I don't know if I'm putting angles in my face. Particularly, I'm kind of yawning. I'm tired. I want to yawn so bad because I've been up all day. But War Joe looks interesting. But what does this mean when you tie up the TV title, the ROH TV champion, and the TNT champion in a tag team? What does this mean? What does that actually mean for AEW? What are you doing that you have to make the TV champion and the TNT champion being a tag team versus QT Marshall and Caballero. I believe his name is Caballero. I can't remember his name. From the factory, that guy. It's been a while since I've seen him. So it's like, why? Why? I'm going like, why? But then you get the Embassy coming out. And you see Brian Cage come out. And a real tag team would be Brian Cage and Wardlow. Not Wardlow and Samoa Joe, even though it's going over well with the crowd. And it was going over well with the crowd. I want to see Wardlow with Brian Cage. They just look right. But we're not getting that. So what are we getting with the Embassy going up against Wardlow? What? This is what I get for not being able to see what's going on last week. That might have been on Rampage. And maybe at the Battle of the Belts. I didn't see it. So I'm moving on. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't know. You guys tell me below if you've been watching, if you saw Rampage, if you saw Battle of the Belts, or better yet, for most people, if you you see I'm tired. Have not slept yet. I've been up since 4 in the morning. This is what happens. This is what you get with insomnia. No matter what you take, you still can't sleep. So I'm actually kind of loopy. But you want to know what they're going to do with the Embassy. Why? I don't know. Tell me if you checked out Elevation and Dark, just tell me. Because I'm not going to look at it because I don't have the time. Now, Billy Gunn versus Swerve Strickland. I'm going to tell you this. I know not everyone's going to agree with me. But let's be honest here. In November, Billy Gunn will be 59 years old. He's 58 right now. He will be 59. The guy looks older, but is still cut to the point where he is still able to generally go and sell well. This is one of these rare individuals, these rare freaks of wrestling that you're glad to have. No matter what you think of Billy. What happened with DX, particularly what they did on DX, and my review of DX on WWE Raw. You see, I'm tired. I'm saying WWE Raw. We look at Raw. That was not about DX. It was an ordinary Raw with nothing really of DX in it. It was blank. Everyone loved it because of the booking of Triple H, but it didn't feel important because if DX is going to be there, they should have made it about DX and added a couple of the things that's going on, but they didn't. You look at Billy Gunn, and many people will say that Billy is just WWE. But if you see him here, he's not. He's AEW, and you feel that he's still substantial. He could still contribute. He's still a legend that they're utilizing correctly. Now, of course, he lost because Swerve cheated. And then we get Smart Mark Sterling. You know, I'm not going to put any images in here. We got strong. I got to get some sleep. We got Smart Mark Sterling and Tony Nese telling a caster, telling a Bowman, telling a Billy they can no longer do a Scissors Me Daddy that the entire crowd was behind. This is one of the rare. Scissors Me Daddy has gotten over so big, just like Yes. It is rare that someone got something over organically, no matter where in wrestling. And Scissors Me Daddy, just because Bowman's gay, and that casters buy, which I don't really care. As long as you book them right, which they did, I love them. But they did this because of how they are. That's them, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's their way of feeling. Doesn't mean they're dating each other. I don't know if they are, and if they are, more power to them. They're not, more power to them. But they wanted to take an aspect of their own lifestyle and add it into their stick. And how over it is incredibly rare. You do not see something like that, and you know what it is. And no one cares other than it's catchy and it's connected to these guys, and they love it. And now Smart Mark Sterling says that he has the trade rights to it. And they can no longer do the scissor thing. They can't say scissor me daddy. If they do, they'll get sued. But Smart Mark and Nice can. So that means there's going to be a stipulation eventually, maybe by the next pay-per-view, where if they challenge for, like Nice and Woods, they're going to probably challenge for the titles. And if they lose, they have to hand over that trademark, signed trademark. That's what it is, a signed trademark. You see, I'm really tired. That's where I think it's going. And I'm fine with it. It'll make people even more loving over the Scissor Me Daddy bit. Because if they can't say it, because they're going to be sued, everyone's going to want them to say it. They're going to beg them to say it, and they can't. And the moment they win, the pop is going to be massive no matter what venue they're in. Let's move on. Now, let's get these promos over. The promo of MJF was wonderful. Now, we see Hathaway getting belittled because he went into business for himself. As you already know, Private Party has gotten their contracts bought out by a Hathaway. Now, I think it's on this Rampage that it's going to be Cassidy that's going to try and beat Ethan Page. If Ethan Page wins, well, let's reverse it. If Cassidy wins, they get their contracts back and they can go off and do what they want with Matt. If they lose, and that is Cassidy, that means Matt's own contract will be under Hathaway's control. So it is good to see that. But you now see what trouble he got himself into because MJF told him, did I tell you to do what you did last week? Did I tell you to do something right now this week coming into my shot in my interview? Go away and behave your ass and take your Carlton looking self out of here. No one was expecting him to do Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I'm saying this right now, I still don't like Will Smith's a good actor, damn good, but I don't give a fuck about him anymore. After that stupidness, I'm done. Let's move on. The next thing that happened was the Moxley and Adam Hangman Page, not interview, but promo in the ring. I liked, both of them spoke well, but when you saw that Hangman Page was so determined to make himself get over and make sure that Moxley didn't treat him like a kid, he hit his own head so hard, he gave himself a big-ass knot right there. Now, what they said is irrelevant. You know what they said if you watched it. But the key of this is that, is there interest in this match that's coming up? Yes. I'm interested in seeing where they're going to go with this, but it's going to be more interesting what's going to happen afterward. What is the booking of Moxley now that his wife's working there? What is the booking of Hangman Page once this is over? Since the Bucks are not there, Kenny's not there, and it looks like you're not going to be seeing that much of the Dark Order. It took me so long because I'm so tired I forgot. When you get sleep deprived, your mind does not work, guys. If you want to know what sleep deprivation is like, hear my words. I'm slurring because I'm tired. Look at me. I look like I'm about to fall out. I've been up since 4 a.m. and have not slept yet. So I'm going to have to take triple the medicine than yesterday. It didn't work. And I'm going to be out. I'm sure I will be. So don't worry. I will be taking my allergy medicine. Usually helps me go to sleep and also helps with my sinuses. But was it effective? Yes, it was. Now, I got to do this because this was going to be the original title of this video. Nia Rose is TBS champion. No, what? Nia Rose is TBS. Calm down. Nia Rose is not TBS champion. From what I understand, I checked the AEW website when the commercial came on just to confirm that what they said during the show that she stole the title. When you look at AEW, it is still Jade Cargill's title. Her face is still on the page. Now, either they have not updated it or she stole the title and beat up Jade. As far as I know, that is what happened. But if that is true, how come you now have Anna Jade wanting to challenge for it? So, if Nia Rose won the title at the Battle of the Belts, even though she cheated, why haven't they updated the webpage? They should have already. It's been days. It should have happened. Unless I'm wrong and she actually physically stole it when she was supposed to have a match at Battle of the Belts. She lost the match if Nia Rose was the one she was facing, and she just took the damn thing. I don't think so, because Anna Jade should not be trying to challenge for it. So I'm going, if this is true, you guys can tell me below if I'm wrong, because I am sleep deprived and I'm not thinking 100% straight. 100%, I'm kind of here. Here's 50, I'm kind of here. Actually, I should be about here. I take that back. But why? I'm saying this now. I'm not against Nia Rose. You guys know me. I don't care. As long as she's booked correctly. But we are talking about fucking Nia Rose. Why? If she is TBS champ, which I don't believe she is, if she stole the title after the Battle of the Belts, and she's just holding it, but has no rights to have anyone challenge, even though Anna Jade did ask, and she said she will challenge, that means she is a champ. Why? Why not Athena? Why didn't they let Athena have the damn title? Why not Selena Deeps win the fucking title at this point? Why didn't they just let Selena... I'm angry. Selena Deeps should be TBS champion. Athena should be TBS champion. Hell, Willow Nightingale could have been Well, no, not Willow Nightingale. No, forget that. Forget it. They decided Nia Rose, thinking that she's that legitimate. Really. As a AEW original. That's why I think that Tony did that. Because she's an original from AEW. And she's not Selena Deep, who literally was working with AEW for months within the first year and a half. Working double time. Calm down. She worked NWA. And she worked AEW. She worked them both. Her contract was open enough that she had the right to do it. Why not let her have the damn title? Athena, who came in. Hell, what happened to fucking Ruby Soho? Yes, she's injured. She's gone. I believe she's injured and she's not there right now. She cannot wrestle right now. I don't know what it is. Unless she is wrestling, but they have her on Darker Elevation. This bullshit. I still say this and I mean this. There is no guarantee Saraya is going to straighten out the women's division just because she's there. I don't believe shit about AEW and booking their women. The women I want to say this clearly. I'm saying, I know people are going to get angry, but I'm going to say it honestly. This is the truth from my humble perspective. You can tell me I'm wrong. I kept saying AEW is like WCW. You know what? No, I was wrong. You know what it is? AEW is an early Impact Wrestling. I'm saying it. An early TNA. Because they almost got the same ratings as TNA back in the day. Of course, it's a bit lower. TNA was here. They're like here. But they could jump up and down. It could happen. They have the same type of troubles. Not 100%. But there's some type of trouble in the company where we are now. Where are we now? The only thing that hasn't happened is that TBS or TNT have not just gotten rid of them yet. They're still making good money, and they still are there, but that's exactly like happening at Spike. You can see I'm really tired, and I'm angry. I am not happy about the women's division. I am not like everyone else. I don't believe they're booking it correctly, and I don't believe Tony's going to. Not unless something bad happens. Then he'll get it booked correctly by somebody. But I don't see it happening now with Saraya. I'm sorry. With her there, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. But let's move on. The ROH World Championship. Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson. The war continues. The war continues because Bryan Danielson did not win. So, supposing his legacy has been screwed over by a Chris Jericho and a Daniel Garcia who came in trying to stop it, because at one point the ref does get nailed once Chris shoves Bryan into him, and supposedly they banged heads, and that's Bryan and the ref. Supposedly that's how Excalibur and Tony Schiavone was trying to bake it. But once Garcia got in there, instead of taking out Chris, he takes out Bryan Danielson. And now he's on their side. And now, what do we exactly have? We actually had something interesting with Garcia being a good guy. But now they flipped the script, and now they made it go back to bad. Does that mean it's going to work? I don't know. Because he didn't stay good long enough to find out. So I don't know if this was a good decision, flipping Garcia back to heel, when he was doing pretty well as a damn face. I'm sorry. Anyone else is going to say, oh, that's great booking. I don't know if it is. Because they didn't. They had a huge payoff with Garcia turning face. And now he just flipped right back to heel so damn quick. And I think it's too soon. I think they could have had a little bit more mileage on it. But there you go. Now, let's see here. I don't really want to talk about the match with Sheeta and Storm versus Hayter and Baker. I just don't see what was the point of it. I don't. You know what it reminds me of? Bunny and Penelope Forbes. You hear I'm botching. Penelope Forbes versus Anna Jay and Ty Conchi in 2021. Doesn't it seem interesting that now we're getting this type of style? If Ruby Soho didn't get hurt, or if Thunder Rosa didn't get an issue and get hurt, you would have one of those with Toni Storm. Why is Tony as the current champ in tag division? Why? Well, not tag division, but doing tags so much. Why? Why isn't she having new challenges? Why isn't she going up against Athena? Why isn't she going up against Selena Deeps again? Why isn't she going up against Sheeta? Why are they doing tags with her? You see what I'm saying? When it comes to the women's division, I don't see anything good. Final match. The All-Atlantic title of Pac, my boy, versus Orange Cassidy. Now, I don't know what happened on Rampage or the Battle of the Belt, so I don't know what happened with the ring belt. I don't. It's supposed he got nailed in the face, so he's not happy. So that's what this match was about. Not just him, but I think it was Chuck who got hurt, and he did not take it well. So was the match bad? No. At one point, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was one of the DDTs that was on the floor. Because I don't think it was a DDT in the ring. But I think once Orange did a tornado DDT on the floor, Pac might have cut his ear. Because he was bleeding heavily from his ear. So I don't know when he got it. But it was a good match for me. I was fine with it. But I'm going to be honest here. I didn't want to see Pac lose the damn title. But I'm kind of glad at the same time. Because I want to see him go and get the TNT title. Look, I'm going to be honest here. Pac should have been TNT champion. The first true champion. Even though Brody Lee became the first one, I really, Brody Lee, was he the first one? I can't remember. I think it was Moxley. I can't remember at this moment. I'm so sleep deprived. But I think he should have been the first champion for the TNT title. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Cody. I believe he was the first champ. But I could be wrong. You guys tell me below. I am really sleep deprived. But I think Pac should have been the first champion. But I think due to COVID-19, he didn't get the option. So now, what are they going to do with Pac? He's in the trios. I'm hoping that he'll be going after the TNT title. I'm about to say TBS. But do I believe they'll do it? No. They'll just leave him with the trios. I think that's what they really want to do. That's the reason why Orange has the title right now. Now, mind you, that is his first title in AEW, and it's good to see Orange have a real title. And it's also good to see that it's an American holding it, unlike with the WWE when they had the European title. No American ever held it, at least very rarely, except for Kurt Angle. I believe he held it. But very few Americans ever held that title. Here, he's the first American to hold it. Good. That shows that anybody can get the title, not just anybody from Europe or Canada or Mexico or Japan. It can be anybody. But I'm going like, what the hell? No, or better yet, what happened? That's the best title for this. Instead of Nia Rose's champ. What? And I hope you enjoy this Dynamite Delight. Please give me a comment below. I am so loopy. I want to go to sleep so bad. I'm just going to upload this as is. I'm sorry if the sound isn't good. If the light is not great. I'm about to fall out. Peace.